I see the value in...
He'll know something about Master. I'm sure of it. Next time, I need to be ready. Oh, this. It's a star crystal suit. Abyssal energy is scarce in Teyvat. Wearing this helps me access it more freely. It stores concentrated abyssal energy that I can draw from on the go. When the energy runs out, it reverts back to its original form. Fine. It was just a scratch. It'll take time to recover my strength, of course. But adapting to situations like this is nothing new for me. Found
Huh. This bag from Skirk has a ton of Mora in it. Does she have a job or something? Wait, no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? It would go something like... I'll be collecting my paycheck now, boss. Oh, sure thing. Wait, who are you? Have we met? Huh. Can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did you do to get all this Mora?
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble. Nothing untoward. It's safe to use.
Ah! You heard all that?
और क्या?
A sonorous voice like yours is hard to miss. I wouldn't be surprised if the sound of it traveled to the nearest mountaintop.
Then, did you by chance happen to hear Paimon's little,
जो कर ले
joke
लिया?
earlier?
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Melon?
No, sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. She
अच्छा.
didn't say that at all. It was, a Paimon lookalike. Yeah, she's a piece of work, that one. Always impersonating Paimon and giving people weird nicknames. Okay, fine. The truth is, Paimon didn't like you all that much at the start. But things are different now. You helped the Traveler in a big way, so... What do you say? Friends?
नहीं.
I noticed there was only one bed. Go ahead and get some rest.
Wait, what about you?
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest. I'm going to practice my sword work. That should help.
But your shoulder... Hey, don't just leave! Ah, whatever. Let her tire herself out. Let's get some sleep, Traveler.
Quiet.
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth?
Keep your gaze fixed on... Run! Skirk!
नाइटमेयर आ गया कैसे?
night's sleep is the best. That bed was so comfy. Wait, Skirk? Have you been sitting out here the whole night? The bed's all yours if you want it.
About 60%, maybe 70.
Whoa! Paimon thought it would take at least a couple of days. That was fast.
No, not fast enough. That's 20% less than last time. Same training
ये भी
regimen,
ठीक है।
same intensity. Nothing felt different, but somehow the outcome fell short. Now, I think the problem's with me. I need to meditate for the next 2 days. Deep introspection should help me find the issue.
Ooh, sounds intense. We'll watch over you in the meantime, then.
Thanks.
Morning! Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days already. Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Be right back.
ये क्या चीज है? इसके ड्रीम में जाएंगे अपन फिर से?
That's right. This is Skirk's inner world. This isn't your first time here, but what you remember is probably... Actually, it's my first time talking to someone like this.
ये भी ठीक है।
I only managed to break free and bring you here because the injury weakened her power. I guess call it fate if you want. I think that's the word they use in this world for a lucky coincidence. Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever come here, so what's your impression of this place? Oh, you noticed. This river represents Skirk's strength.
अच्छा।
Strength accumulates over time. It is the summation of a person's lived experience. So this river is where all the fragments of Skirk's life should converge into a single stream of memories and emotions, flowing forward as one. But as you can see, this river has been severed numerous times. It's because Skirk doesn't like who she was in the past. When all she sees reflected in the river is a disgraceful shadow of who she was, she cuts through water and rock with the sword of reason, severs her connection with the past, and begins anew.
You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power.
The answer to one mystery invites another question. Let's follow the river upstream.
लेकिन क्यों भाई?
I've always thought that, even when falling leaves don't come from the same tree, they can still form bonds of kinship when they meet. Like meteors, you both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed your presence, although she hesitated for a moment, she still... Seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a conscious choice to avoid altering its path. But the reason for that decision stems from events much earlier on in her life. Let's keep going. It's still a...
अब क्या है भाई?
You now have what it takes to wield immense power. From this day forth, I shall teach you no more. No one can become a worthy warrior through imitation alone. I have given you fangs and claws. Now, you must learn to hunt.
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own, Master?
Indeed. Make new friends. Embark on your own journey.
Make new
And
friends.
piece together a new future from the shattered remnants of your past. We will still have contact through the abyss. But know this. One day, I will take the life you worked so hard to rebuild and reduce it to ashes. Just like the fire that haunts your mind.
Why do you do that?
I have told you before, fear is the catalyst for human evolution. You have tasted loss. You have known fear, so deep it can... But as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms us. And thus pain, yet now, I have bestowed upon you the gift of fear eternal.
That is what Skirk's master, the Foul. Of course, he could appear.
For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me. To do that,
I'll let you in on a little secret. The real Sirology is the scope of his power is impossible to understand until you experience it firsthand. Shall we keep...
इससे बढ़िया पूरा एक ही बार में दिखा देते भाई कट सीन। उधर तक चल के जाओ फिर उधर तक जाओ।
This is Skirk, when she first began training under Sirology.
I have set your broken wrist. Tomorrow, you're to train twice as hard. No tears this time. Good. Attempting to garner sympathy through tears is a habit of the weak. A pitiful, useless ploy.
can I ask a question, Master? Why did you save me? I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
I saved you because I have a plan for you. It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength, and I hunger for it. Every so-called genius and prodigy I have faced has crumbled like sand underfoot. Before me, even fate bends the knee. So, I will teach you everything I know. Train you by whatever means necessary. In the hope that one day, you might surprise me.
और NSY good morning.
But I don't want to draw my sword against you, Master.
What you want matters little. Among the boundless sea of stars, the cries of the weak are but faint murmurs that disappear into the void.
Yes, Master.
From that day forward, all she knew was grueling training, emptiness, and fatigue. After some time, her talent bloomed, and she gained control over her emotions, like her master. It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason came to dictate all she was allowed to feel. I almost don't want to reach the end. Well, shall we?
जा क्यों रहा है लेकिन अपन एंड में अब क्या
These are Skark's happiest memories. What a simple and carefree time it was. Wisps of clouds dotted the sky. The sun bathed This is Skark's homeland. There was so much to It was a spaceship. When it
NSY
arrived,
क्या कर रहा है
the people that disembarked wore
कैसे
smiles
और
on their faces and spoke of friendship. They claimed to be merchants from a neighboring planet, looking to it. Skark's parent. No one had it, and Skark had skipped school that day, like so many times before. So she was not caught in the immediate wave of destruction. But when she came home that day, only fire and ruin awaited her. Countless people, their lives were...
उसने रिवेंज ले पाया कि नहीं जो भी बंदे आए थे उस टाइम पे
Because she and her people were seen as a threat. As the initial further research revealed, for that reason, the outsiders viewed them as a potential threat and decided to eliminate them before the threat could rear its head. And so, the army, senseless, isn't it? Deemed a threat because of a gift they didn't even know they had. Perhaps it was their own innocence and kindness that doomed them. But if those with power get, no one wants... Skarka's waiting over there. Let's go to her.
So all this, just so you could bring him here.
और
I
क्या
have things to say to you.
जैसे कि
Well, to me.
हैं
I want someone to witness our reconciliation, even if it takes an argument to get there. And he is the best choice in this moment. Her suppressed emotional self. The version of herself she keeps locked in the recesses of her mind.
ऐसा भी सोचा है
Stifled by reason. All those rejected impulses, those discarded aspects of your past selves, they are a part of me. I am who you used to be. Someone you have refused to face for too long. So, I came to face you instead.
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. And that's exactly why I keep you locked here. Your existence makes me weak. Moments of joy and longing are when we are most vulnerable. Don't forget, it was a penchant for goodness over reason that doomed our homeland in the first place. the vastness of the universe renders everything insignificant. Our feeling.
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past doesn't have to mean erasing everything.
ये भी ठीक है.
Strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses, emotions like kindness and empathy, and what makes you any different from the ruthless soldiers who slaughtered our people?
The difference is that I'm doing what is right, what is necessary.
उन्हें भी यही लगता हो तो.
I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is the greatest kindness I can offer. I have shouldered everything you couldn't carry. I rose above the numbness and emptiness, and it was cold, unfeeling reason that brought me this far. It made me who I am. It made me strong.
That is the problem. I want to shoulder those things together. On the grand scale of the entire universe, maybe our feelings are vanishingly small, but why should that mean they don't matter? Emotion gives warmth to the cold expanse of space. It gives meaning to the world around us. Think back to those nights of gazing at the stars, those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back and let them grant you peace. A brief respite from the pressure you put on yourself.
That isn't what we need.
Exactly what we need. Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength has taken longer than normal this time?
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only answer I came here to find.
Then look around. Look at your inner world. You cast aside your dreams and curiosity, and in doing so, you lost your original motivation. Now, the only things driving you forward are fear and survivor's guilt.
ऐसा भी कुछ है.
These cannot take you far enough. And so, this river, the source of your strength, grows more polluted by the day.
And you think that means I should seek help from a weak little thing like you?
Your emotional self isn't weak. The fact that she transcended time and broke free from her constraints to come and face you, that proves it.
Thank you for saying that. I knew bringing you here would be the right choice. To be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right or wrong. And in fact, I agree that in order to make it through the wake of that tragedy, we had to distance ourselves from the pain through reason over emotion.
अच्छा.
But what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you will never forget that fire. I know the fact that you were the sole survivor fills you, and I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there too. All those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt any.
I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like that.
ये लो भाई, एक और memory.
We're not afraid to stare death in the...
I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing...
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad always sang when we went out to fetch dancing water. Sand. I am not the dancing water, and you are not the burdensome sand. But if this is your wish, then I will carry you with me until the end.
Thank you.
I should be thankful.
ठीक है भाई. स्टोरी बड़ी नहीं थी भाई ये वाली. अगर यही एंड है तो.
Run, Skirk, run! Remember, leave no one alive!
Heed my words, Skirk.
Skirk, did you become a positive light in this world?
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end. Life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
So, you saw my memories then. I once asked my master if survival of the strongest was the law of the universe. He said no. But in a world without order, those with no moral boundaries tend to be the ones who survive. That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea came to mind. An idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would never be another tragedy like that fire. One in which, but that means I must defeat him. Because yes, and not just because of the gap in our abilities, but also because I have no reason to see him as an enemy. Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life, taught me the sword. I know, he's no longer in Teyvat, but he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are simple greetings, or an answer to one of my questions. Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before me and tear down everything I've built to pieces. Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear, just like he said. Yes, I respect him, but I'm also afraid of him. And for that reason, the pursuit of strength consumes every moment of my life. I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready. Help me? Why? This isn't your fight.
Because if we want to build the world we both want to see, everyone has to be willing to fight for it. If we all do our part, we can make the entire universe a kinder place.
Oh, you're finally awake! Honestly, Paimon was gone for like 2 seconds and then she comes back and finds you both unconscious? Oh, you scared Paimon half to death. You're both okay.
What does it look like? Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and filth that flow. I taught you to incorporate the...
Okay, so Paimon feels like she's missing some important context. But whatever. Paimon brought back
All right.
We're gonna deal with this thief for good, right?
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But having digested even more power in the meantime, he's going to be tougher than... The good news is...
चलो भाई लीव। डेली वगैरह कर लेते भाई पहला। ये यहाँ पे वगैरह को असेंड करना है भाई, अगली बार वो भी करता हूँ भाई, थ्रेटर में काम आ जाती है। ओके ये इग्नोर का ऑप्शन नहीं होता क्या यार? ये बेनेट का बार बार दिखता है यार ये रेड। ठीक है भाई, फिर डेली तो ही गए।
Time to shine! Shower me with strength!
Settle down. An oversight on my part.
74 के फिजिकल डैमेज कम देता है भाई, एक भी डीपीएस तो यूज नहीं करता मैं उसके।
Adorn my nights, one with nature.
Let the world collide! Bring it! Hear the echoes of the valley!
The tides beckon.
ये भी ठीक है।
Bow your head.
Stop that!
As one with wind and cloud.
Let mine echo in song! Letting great names echo!
Silence. Oh.
यार आर्टिफैक्ट्स तो मिलने ही बंद हो गए हैं यार बिल्कुल। मारो भाई।
Justice is blindsided.
Shower you with praise! Time to shine!
The wind knows it. Fallen leaves adorn my
Hear the echoes of the valley!
Be sanctified.
करीना का बफ पूरा नहीं हो पाता भाई। थर्टी रेजन का अपन बुक्स कर लेते हैं, पर्पल वाली एक्सपी बुक्स। ठीक है, ठीक है।
into the wind.
Strike a pose! Let the world come alive!
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Bring it! Let the magic veins boil!
Time to go.
Okay. तीन दिन में रीसेट।
Time to go.
Add Astro... Thank you for Add Astra.
अभी एक्सप्लोर का बचा है। डोमेन वही होगा क्या अभी? वैसे ही।
Wait, isn't that the form the all-devouring narwhal changed? Really? So, you're telling Paimon that giant whale and this guy can both turn into the fowl?
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his level of strength is bound to mimic his appearance. To them, he represents ultimate power.
अच्छा।
We know the person before us has encountered Master, and we know he stole a portion of my power. So it's not surprising that he would assume this form.
Okay. Oh, the closer Paimon looks, the more intimidating it gets. Nervalette isn't here this time, so it's up to us. He won't...
तो यार ट्रैवलर को क्यों दिया है समझ नहीं आता।
Haven't forgotten your training, I hope.
हील वाले भी मामला पानी रखा नहीं है मैंने सुना। भाई हाइड्रो ट्रैवलर तो सही में बहुत बेकार है भाई।
Future beyond this world.
Go!
कैसे तो निपटा रहा हूँ मैं उसे।
Haven't had enough of my power. Well then, let's see how much more of this power you can handle.
ये कौन है?
Well, have you come to your senses?
You saw that my body was at its limit. So, you deliberately channeled your power into me, knowing that it would destroy my shell from within. Such power. Such keen battle instincts. So, you must be...
Yeah, you must be.
Sertologi's disciple.
How long has it been? How long has he been away from Tevat?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds? Sorry. It's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. I am Skofnungar, a friend of your master and one of his followers. This is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk. But hundreds of years ago, I knew you existed. And I knew you would come here.
Hundreds of years ago?
पहले से जानते थे?
Sounds like you and Master have quite the history. Care to tell us about it?
Of course. Might as well take advantage of a clear head while I can. The story. I was born into a noble family in Conria. As the eldest son, I was set to inherit our title. But I contracted an incurable illness as a child, and everyone gave up on me. I trained the sword harder than anyone else, defeated all of my peers. But it was all in vain. When other people looked at me, all I saw in their eyes was pity or a strange glee in my Over time, my heart hardened, and we were similar in age, but different in background. He was born in... Yet, he always wore a...
That does sound like something he would...
He was the first to when I was 10. But after his grand endeavor was successful, he sought me out.
This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving. But first, I have an offer. I can use a power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you. Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of pain altogether.
I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an infinite amount of time to get stronger. Maybe I'll finally catch up to you one day.
Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body, or rather, your soul, might not be able to withstand this curse.
All I can do is try.
Wise indeed. Nevertheless.
Disciple?
Nor I. But Vedifenir said I was... You know as well as I.
Well, now I'm curious about who this disciple of yours will be.
All Vedifenir said was that one day, the stars shall bow in her honor.
Sounds pretty impressive.
Of course. Only the most outstanding people would have the right to become my disciple.
Still self-assured as ever, I see. But you're not wrong.
I'll be leaving then. Oh, and if you were serious about getting stronger, I left you a little gift in the primordial sea. As I've said before, walk whatever path you want. Freedom means even the wicked get to make their own choices.
Waiting for me in the primordial sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission by Sertologi. In its weakened state, I was able to cut off part of its flesh and sew it into my own heart.
Your heart? That sounds like torture! How did you even survive?
Because, of course, I bear the curse of immortality.
So, you used the curse to turn yourself into a vessel for power. Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. With your body and soul constantly at the breaking point, it was the curse of immortality that sustained you. But that is not the path to strength. You have to pour your heart into it, work for it, dream of it. Instead, you stole something that didn't belong to you, and it backfired.
You're right. I should have known better, but I had already pushed. I miss you. Sertolo, I know what he's like. He rules with an iron fist, using despair and fear to force you to catch up to him, all the while standing ever out of reach. We're like mountain climbers in the dark, never knowing how much higher we have to climb, or when we will see the...
True. But I made up my mind long ago. Besides...
Oh?
Since you're his friend, first time we came here. But when you had to devote all your... It was the joy of a
Interest, you're right.
Exactly. One where his opponent forces him to use all his strength. Unlock the after which, all can come to an end. For that very reason.
Perhaps you're right. What a battle.
Are you okay?
Too many different... Sertologi once offered to free me from this curse. Now, I must ask that of you.
I can, but not through death, if that's what you were hoping for. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your consciousness, along with all the power you've consumed, and smash it to pieces. The impurities will dissipate, and under the curse of immortality, your mind and body will regenerate. When that process is complete, you will be back to who you were before. No longer tortured by powers you can't control, but it will be a time-consuming and painful...
If we are...
I will reach the top of this, and you, Scoff.
That's finally over. Let's get out of here. Huh. At least we don't have to make a mad dash for the exit like last... We did it! Ah, it's only been a few days, but it feels like forever. Once again, we've proved there's nothing we can't overcome. We're just that awesome. Wow, today sure went by fast. It's night already.
Yes.
Great! Huh,
I suppose it's because the false star, it's not real. And yet, even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burn. Time marches, though we gaze upon a false sky.
Ever since we met, if it's too big a job for... We've met so...
I suppose when it... Well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotions, I need more practice to get used to it. I suppose, regardless, one without war for this. We must... If...
Bye! Is it just Paimon, or is she being nicer than before? Hey, what do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow, we can continue our journey. Oh, and since Paimon